Get rid of it. Those were the exact words Ethan Blackwood said without looking up from his phone. Not please. Not we'll talk about it. Not even I'm scared. Just, get rid of it. I don't want a child. The woman standing across from him felt her entire world collapse in that single moment. 3 years later, Ethan Blackwood, the ruthless millionaire CEO known for destroying competitors and emotions just as easily, was stepping out of his luxury car when he suddenly froze. Because standing across the street was the woman he once loved, and beside her was a little girl with his eyes. Ethan Blackwood was the kind of man people feared and admired at the same time. At 32, he had already built a billion-dollar tech empire from nothing. Magazines called him a visionary. Employees called him brilliant. His enemies called him cold. But there was one thing Ethan was proudest of. He had no attachments, no family distractions, no emotional liabilities, no weakness, or at least, that's what he told himself. Before the money, before the skyscraper office, before the private jets, there was Lena Carter. Lena wasn't impressed by Ethan's ambition when they met in college. She wasn't dazzled by his dreams of billion-dollar companies. What she loved was the way he stayed up all night coding and still remembered to bring her coffee in the morning. She loved how he listened, how he believed in building something meaningful. For years, Lena stood beside him while he built Blackwood Technologies from a tiny rented office. She handled accounts. She answered phones. She skipped vacations. She believed in him when no one else did. And Ethan loved her for a time. Success didn't arrive gently, came crashing in. Investors, media, power, and with it came a new version of Ethan Blackwood. One who wore tailored suits instead of hoodies. One who spoke about profits instead of people. One who saw emotions as distractions. Lena felt it slipping away slowly. He stopped coming home early, stopped asking how her day was, stopped listening. But she stayed, because love, she believed, meant patience. The pregnancy test trembled in Lena's hand. Positive. She sat on the edge of the bathroom tub, smiling and crying at the same time. A child. Family. Something real. She imagined Ethan's face when she told him. Surely, this would bring him back. That evening, she waited until he finished his call. Then softly said, "Ethan, I'm pregnant." Ethan didn't smile. He didn't hug her. He didn't even sit down. He just stared. Then said, "Is it mine?" Lena felt slapped. "Of course it is." Ethan exhaled sharply. "This is bad timing." "Bad timing?" she whispered. "I'm about to close a major acquisition," he said. "I can't deal with this right now." She reached for his hand. "We can figure it out together." That's when he said it. Cold, sharp, final. "Get rid of it. I don't want a child." Lena waited for him to take it back. He didn't. She waited for him to soften. He didn't. Instead, he turned back to his laptop. That night, Lena packed a bag. She left without screaming, without begging, without drama, just silence. Ethan didn't stop her. He didn't even look up. Lena moved to a small town miles away. No luxury, no assistants, no investors, just her and the child growing inside her. She worked 2 jobs while pregnant. She skipped meals. She sold her jewelry. When baby Maya was born, Lena cried harder than she ever had. Not from pain, from love. She looked at her daughter and whispered, "You are wanted. Always." Ethan's company exploded into global dominance. Awards, covers, fame. But something was missing. His penthouse felt empty. His victories felt hollow. He ignored it. Until one afternoon, Ethan was leaving a cafe after a business meeting. That's when he saw her. Lena. She looked different. Stronger. Calmer, and beside her, a little girl holding her hand. The child laughed, and Ethan's heart stopped, because those eyes, they were his. The little girl pointed. "Mommy, look, a big car." Lena followed her gaze. Their eyes met. Time froze. Ethan whispered, "Lena." She didn't smile. She didn't scowl. She just nodded politely, and walked away, taking his daughter with her. Ethan couldn't breathe. Memories crashed into him. The words he said. The life he rejected. For the first time in his life, he felt fear. Real fear. Ethan tracked Lena down. He showed up at her small house. No security. No assistance. Just him. She opened the door. "What do you want?" she asked. "I want to know her," he said. "She's not your project," Lena replied. "She's my daughter." Maya peeked from behind Lena's leg. "Mommy, who's he?" Lena paused, then said, "Someone from the past." Maya looked at Ethan. "You look lonely," she said. That sentence shattered him. Ethan tried money. Lena refused. He tried gifts. Maya didn't care. Only time mattered. Only effort. Only humility. For the first time, Ethan learned something business never taught him. You can't buy love. Months passed. Ethan showed up. Every time. School plays. Doctor visits. Bedtime stories. He learned how to braid hair. How to listen. How to be present. Then came the offer. $1 billion expansion overseas. But it required him to move. He had to choose. Empire or family. Ethan stood in Maya's room that night. She slept holding his finger. And he knew. The next day, Ethan walked into the boardroom. "I'm stepping down as CEO," he said. Silence. "I choose my daughter." Ethan wasn't on magazine covers anymore. But every morning, a little girl ran into his arms yelling, "Daddy!" And Lena watched, knowing the man who once said, "Get rid of it," had finally learned what truly mattered. Sometimes, the greatest loss isn't money. It's the life you almost walked away from. And sometimes, redemption doesn't come from success. It comes from love.